So how do you know if semen retention is working? That's a big question. We sit here and wonder, like, well, where are my benefits at? Man, I'm not really feeling too good on the new practice that I'm doing. I'm not getting the girls yet. I'm not getting all the things that I was promised. So maybe I should stop doing it. The thing about semen retention, and I've said this before, right? It requires a lot of blind faith, right? You're not going to see the tangible benefits right away. You're just not. So you need to have a little bit of blind faith in the beginning. That's what makes it so hard, because not a lot of people believe that on this planet. They just want hard factual evidence. They want the science. They want the formula for success. They want to know that this is going to work. It's not how it works, though. You need to have blind faith. You need to put your trust in something, whatever the heck that is. Now, but I can tell you one of the clear-cut signs, because I've experienced this myself, of how and I've talked to a lot of people at some of my consultations. They all say the same thing, like, man, I just don't feel good right now. I feel stifled and stressed, and I'm starting to question everything. Nothing's really making sense for me anymore. Like, I feel like some of my old habits that I've been doing just don't work for me anymore, and that's causing a lot of confusion and I'm stifled. I'm just not in a good place right now. I'm worried. I'm wondering if this is worth it. Well, I can tell you right now, like, that feeling you get, that's one of the most clear signs that you're authentically on the path of semen retention, and everything that you're looking for, if not better, is coming. Okay. Now why do we feel like this? Okay. Semen retention is a practice of, it's one of the highest vibrational things that you can do for yourself. All right. It puts you in an entirely different realm. Okay. Now what I mean by that is it raises your vibration. Okay. Just that very act, preserving your sexual energy, it just raises your vibration. Now, when your vibration raises, right, your energy is not going to match with a lot of the old habits that you've been doing, your original lifestyle. Maybe you were, just up to a bunch of debaucherous activity with women, eating really unhealthy, not spending time in nature, not hanging out with good people. You're going to start to question all of that stuff. Like, well, wait, like, this isn't matching for me anymore. This just doesn't work for me anymore. Like, wait, I don't know if I want to be doing this, but I don't know what to do yet. That's the hard part. I know, like, that's why it feels so stressful and stifling and anxious, is you kind of have this inner wisdom. You're getting this inner wisdom. Like, this isn't really working for me, but I don't know what to do to replace it. So then you go on YouTube for answers. And I'm kind of putting myself out of business when I say this, because I do online consultations, if anyone's ever interested, that, I might want to talk to someone about this. And, if you're not careful, you'll run into someone that's going to scam you. They're going to sit there and have you pay them a bunch of money, and they'll try to give you the answers. Well, the honest truth is, no one can give you those answers except for you. But that's also the best part, right? That's the best part, is that you'll develop this organic wisdom for yourself. Okay. And there's some things that you can use to relate to other people, and there's some things that are just personal for your journey, right? But it'll come in time. You'll slowly start to make those changes of, like, well, for example, your diet, the people you hang out with, your habits toward women and dating and sex and porn. It's slowly going to get washed away. That's why I'm saying, and you'll develop the new habits. That's why I always say, like, semen retention is the catalyst, but the real work lies in the introspection and the self-honesty and just feeling how you feel in a moment. You're going to make those shifts naturally. It's just going to happen. I'm telling you, you don't need to do anything. And just because you're feeling really stifled and anxious and low and maybe depressed and it's just weird right now, like, not like yourself, like, it's like you're outgrowing something, that means that you're on your way. This is a good thing. Might not feel good, and I respect that. I get that. Trust me, I get that. But It's a good thing. It's a blessing. All right. It just hasn't happened yet. Okay. Well, it is happening, but you're just not seeing the tangible change, the tangible shifts yet. All right. Like for me, like when I started semen retention, this is how I know. Because when I started semen retention and I had the call to do it, for whatever reason, I was like, I'm doing this. Those first couple of months were terrible. They were terrible because I wasn't really like eating too healthy. I would spend too much time inside. I wasn't working out for the right reasons. I was trying to get the gains and the athletic performance as opposed to just trying to feel good and feel healthy. Um, I was watching porn, masturbating, losing my semen, spending all this time trying to get the dopamine hits from the girls, for dating for the wrong reasons, and trying to, flirt with the girls for just no reason other than a dopamine hit. Slowly over time, I had started to realize, like, man, this just isn't working for anymore. And my emotions, my body was telling me that through my emotions. My mind was telling me that through my emotions. Like, things just didn't feel right anymore. And then over time, I'd slowly develop this wisdom of like, you know what, I just don't feel the need, and you'll feel it. You're just like, I just don't feel the need to be eating that food anymore. I'm going to start eating this, something that's more grounding for me. You're also going to know what to eat. Your body will tell you what it wants. It's not going to, your body never tells you to eat potato chips and hamburgers. Like, that's an addiction. That's the dopamine hit you get from it. That's not your body saying, hey man, I really want this McDonald's McGriddle. Like, it's like, I want this, want these vegetables. I want this, I don't know if meat or no meat, I don't know, whatever. I eat it personally. It's like, I want this ground beef that really grounds me personally. And that happened with the rest of my habits. It's like, I just don't want to watch porn anymore. I just don't want to do it. Sometimes you have the urge to do it, but that's where the discipline comes in. When you overcome those urges, that's where you develop the discipline and the confidence, right? So this is where the changes are all happening right now. You just might not see it right away. It's kind of like that analogy where, like, how bamboo grows. I don't know the exact length, but like bamboo only grows like a couple of inches for like 90% of its growth period, and then all of a sudden, like overnight, it just shoots up by like 5 feet. Everyone wants to get to that 5 feet jump without going through those small little changes and those adjustments. The small changes have to happen. The small integration has to happen that you might not be able to see yet before the big changes happen. It's laying the groundwork for the big ones. All right. So if you're thinking about quitting and you're thinking about stopping, right, just because you're not feeling too good, which I understand, really sit here and ask, like, one, get in touch with the reason you're doing this, right? Because just wanting to date more girls and to get more attention from the ladies ain't gonna cut it after a certain point, because it's too hard. You need to have a higher level reason for doing that, for doing this practice. And that'll also come with time. You'll develop that reason over time. You don't need to know everything right away, right? You don't need the answers right away, okay? Again, I do online consultations. Someone's interested. Now, any questions you have, any comments, anything you'd like to run by me personally, I'm here. I'm available. My email is always in the descriptions. Just shoot me an email and we'll get something going. All right. I hope everyone has a great day. Okay.